Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. This is going to be our solar eclipse edition. The solar eclipse will be tomorrow, October 14th, at least at the time of my filming this, or being live, I should say. So that eclipse is actually taking place in the sign of Western Libra and Vedic Virgo. Vedic Virgo. So it's going to be slightly different depending on which poison you choose, be it Western or Vedic astrology. And of course, in 2 weeks, we have the lunar eclipse for Western Aries and Vedic Pisces. So this is going to be a pretty high energy and possibly transformational next couple of weeks. And then, of course, this kicks off the next 6-month cycle until I do believe it is April 24th when we have our next solar eclipse again, or lunar. Sometimes the lunar will kick it off, sometimes the solar. It's a thing. So yes, hello everybody. Happy Friday. Cheyenne is here. Pika Lee is here. Cheyenne, you did win the giveaway last live stream, even though you were not there for that part. So if you did not see that, you might have already seen it and everything, but I just didn't know that. But also Niaja Black, if she is here, go check the other live stream, the most recent live stream on my live tab on my page to get your reading. Oh, you did see. Awesome. Yes, and it is Friday the 13th, all the spooky vibes. And it's always fun to have a Friday the 13th in the month of October. Yeah, so fun. So today we're going to be doing a bit of a dive into these eclipse energies. Not so much the eclipse and what it means and everything. I think most of us kind of have a general idea already what all of that means. But what we're really more diving into is just what this means specifically for our little collective watching now by pulling a couple cards. And of course, those also watching the replay can benefit from this if you so choose to participate and hang out with us. And we are, as always, with any moon symbolism or, transits and all of that, we are not allowing the moon to control us, but we would like to, be able to see what those energies are so that we can utilize them for our highest good. And if they are something really not in alignment with our highest good, we can kind of use that energy to step out of that control and take our power back. Like that's my vibe lately with the moon stuff. I don't like to be under the thumb of any kind of authority. Even if it's like, of course I will follow laws and rules and stuff, but yes, there are certain things, especially just about society at large, that you're just like, really? This is a rule? Like, okay, that's dumb, but all right, whatever. Hello, Marlene. Hello, Vicky. Hello, Pika Lee. Brandy Lynn. Of course, Cheyenne is here as well. Yes, hello. Yeah, to utilize that energy in a positive way so that we can feel empowered rather than held down or suppressed in some way. Especially with, I haven't looked into this as far as like watching or reading anything about the company. Hey, maybe that was a Freudian slip. The country of, again, I don't want to say it. It starts with an I. It's been in the news. But again, algorithms, trigger words. I don't want this stream to be throttled just by saying certain things that I probably shouldn't. Although I should be able to say them just freely, right? But yeah, there's things going on over there that, of course, are orchestrated and purposeful, and there's an agenda behind everything. And I don't even need to know any details or what's planned or anything to know that it's all one big plan. So doesn't mean people aren't going to get hurt or be caught in the crossfire, so to speak. Yes, that always happens in this realm. That always happens. And our hearts can go out to those people. But at the same time, the more attention and energy we put toward something that they're trying to kick off or orchestrate or already have kicked off or orchestrated, the more we feel, I don't know, just helpless, I guess, or just not great. I mean, I gotta kind of choose my words very carefully. There's a little box elder bug here. That's what I keep looking at. Let me just see if he'll come hang out. It's that time of year. The box elder bugs will get in by my window screens, and everybody's like, "Oh my god, that's so creepy, so scary." But like, I think they're cute with their little orange lines and orange wings when you actually pull them up. But It's probably not our regular Benny, the box elder bug, but hey, we can still pretend that he's our friend and he comes to visit us every year, even though it's probably a different guy, but hey. Okay, you can go back up on my light. We don't need to crawl under my sweatshirt. Come on, Benny. You can do it. I believe in you. He wasn't going willingly, so I had to blow him over onto that chair over there. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our collective. And once again, I'm using the Tarot of the Unknown because it kind of has that spooky slash fun slash Halloween vibe. She's literally dressed as an egg. How cute is that? What are you gonna be for Halloween? I think I'm gonna be an egg. Like who would think to do that? That's so cute. And then yeah, very very Halloween and spooky little Mr. Pumpkinhead here, riding a turkey of all things. How cute is that? Okay, let's get into it. I'm already off topic, but let's just see what we can expect for these eclipse energies for our highest good and ways that we can overcome or just conquer any challenges that are set in our way, if there are any, which usually, you know, life's got its ups and downs all the time, so there's always something going on. But let's just see how we can best utilize this eclipse portal energy of this solar eclipse happening in Vedic Virgo and Western Libra, very close to my sun sign, or not my sun sign, my ascendant point, and my husband's sun sign. His birthday is actually October 16th. This is about 2 days before his birthday, so he's well within that 3-degree orb of this really affecting him. And I think my ascendant degree is about 5, maybe 6 degrees away from this eclipse. So, you know, the closer you have any of your personal planets or your ascendant, anything like that, going on in this portion of the zodiac, which would be for Vedic Virgos, this is about I want to say 26 degrees, 25, 26 degrees of Virgo. And of course, add 23 degrees to that. Of course, once we get to 30 degrees, we start over with Libra's zodiac. So I don't know, somewhere in the teens of the Libras, Western Libra. So if you have your personal planets or your sun anywhere near those points, this could be pretty powerful for you. Or if there's any kind of aspect of planets, say in for my Libras in opposition, that would be or for Western people that would be in Aries, kind of opposite, but around the same degree points, you're gonna still experience these things as well, and not just opposite, but in square, opposition, course conjunction, all that. But we have here the four of swords. So there is this element of healing that is actually coming in. And it's very interesting. It's almost like there's a portal opened here, like especially in the dream state. And this might be just me. This might be just a me thing. I don't know. But anyone else out there, raise your hand or whatever. If you have been feeling lately like your dreams, it's almost like you're living another lifetime or reality in your dream state. It doesn't have to be fantastical or crazy. It can be very mundane. Like some of the things I've been doing in my dream state lately are decently mundane, but they're very weird and slightly just off. But I still feel very much like myself, but a lot of times like past versions of myself, or just a lot of just things that maybe I thought would transpire or happen that didn't in this timeline are happening in my dreams. It's really weird. So you might even be getting portals opening in your dreams, or you're like tuning into other timelines in your dreams, getting a lot of downloads, information, but there's also a lot of healing coming in with this eclipse during your dream state. Hello, Crazy Tempest. Hello, Amber. Hello, Marlene. Hello, hello. Oh, Crazy's going to donate. Well, you will be our very first donation of the day, and we will kick it off with you, or whoever it is that beats Crazy Tempest to the punch, if that's the case. I am doing well. I'm doing very well. Thank you. Got a new dog, which I introduced her on the previous live stream at the very end. I think it was the last 5 to 7 minutes of that live stream. My new dog joined us so we could see her. And yeah, ooh, look at this. We've got the 7 of Cups. What were we saying about new timelines or tuning into different timelines? There's multiple timelines available. This is options, opportunities. But a lot of times when we are overwhelmed with options or opportunities, it can cause a bit of confusion, a bit of chaos, a bit of almost flight or freeze kind of vibe, because we're unsure. Well, okay, there's all these options, these opportunities, but like, what do I really want? What do I really want to do, or what should I do? Where should I go? Who should I turn to? Um, but let's see what some of these opportunities that are going to be presented are. Ooh, we're closing out some major cycles, and then going back to that message of healing, closing out some really just nasty old belief systems that are crumbling, ways of being, old versions of ourselves, even stuff from past lives are possibly coming up. Maybe not even just in your conscious wake state, but again, in your dream state, you're living out or playing out past things to close those cycles out for good. And of course, when the Ten of Swords comes out, it can't get any worse. But again, this to me feels more like an internal thing than rather than everything on the outside is just going to pot. You know what I mean? It feels very internal, but also like, again, the dream state. So you might just be having dreams where people are trying to kill you, or the big craziness going on in dreams. Although that being said, it's been, for me personally, even just day-to-day mundane things going on. But usually when I have a bunch of dreams that mundane things are going on, then the other side of that coin, I start to have really big, like, disaster dreams, or showing up to school naked, or the last day of the semester and you haven't even been to class all semester, but you have a huge final and it's going to determine if you get to graduate or not, which that was not my case at all. Like, in real life, I was always very studious, very, like, front of the class, ready to learn. And, but I still have dreams. Like, I just missed everything. And now I have to perform in some way. And that's very scary. But that being said, there just might be just us facing these past versions of ourselves in a completely different way than we did experience it, like, real time back in the day. Oh, Cheyenne's pretty sure she was with her mom in her dream, woke up feeling like I was somewhere, and came back on time by morning. There you go. Ooh, you saw a tsunami in your dream this Tuesday early morning. Oh, scary. Yeah, dreams are crazy. Had a monkey visit me in the mundane dream on Wednesday. Amber, I actually had a dream about you the other night. You had this like 2 to 3 year old baby boy. Well, he wasn't like a baby, but toddler. And he was your son, and he had like kind of light brown, like darker blonde hair, which is very interesting. I was just like, oh my gosh, he's so cute, big brown eyes. Oh, last week you had a dream that Vicky and I were in my car, and I was shown the number 77. Later on in my dream, I opened a curtain and it was snowing, so maybe 77 pertains to winter for us. Oh, interesting. Gotcha. Oh, 21 degree of Libra. Yeah. So that's like the tail end, like 28, 27 degrees of Virgo is where this is taking place. And I actually have my Saturn in Virgo in my 12th house it's about 23 degrees. So I guess this isn't too crazy far off. But it's close. Let's see. Yeah. So cool. Let's see what else we need to know. Ooh, Ace of Wands, yeah. But with all this weird chaos, especially in the dream state, or even like if you're daydreaming or just kind of journaling, you might just get all these wild and crazy ideas. But there's some divinely inspired ideas coming in as well that we can start to take action on. And also, this is a big yes, and I'm really zoomed in on this like green zombie hand here. When I looked at that initially, there's like this light behind it, and I heard in my head, green light, go. So there might be, if you're waiting on something, or you're just hoping something is finally going to move forward, this is your big yes. That's something you've been waiting a very long time. Some of you, others of you, this could be, days to weeks in the making. Others of you, this could even be decades in the making or years in the making. Something you're wanting to transpire in your life is about to kick off over these next 6 months, because this really is about, especially where your Western sign of Libra sits, or if you're following more Vedic astrology, find that 27, 28 degree mark of Virgo. Wherever that falls in your chart, be it your 10th house, 8th house, 6th house, wherever. And then, of course, because Mercury rules Virgo in Vedic astrology, and then Venus for Western astrology, find where that planet is sitting in your natal chart, and also where it's currently transiting and will be transiting over the next 6 months, to really allow that potency of this eclipse to really take root in your chart. Loose aspects to my sun and moon, 9 to 10 degree opposite and square. Oh yeah, so you'll be feeling some stuff. Oh, Marlene. Strange, I have given up on the idea of having another child. Like, seriously, looking at the situation in my home. 2 nights ago, I lost my phone at Disneyland. Oh, dreamt you had lost your phone at Disneyland, and the person who found it didn't return it. Woke up stressed. Oh no. Yeah, your ascendant Virgo is Eclipse. Yeah. And very interesting, there might even be some opportunities presented to us that we're blissfully aware of. Well, we're aware of, and we're blissfully deciding to just allow those to keep on going. They're really not for us. And I think that's very fitting with just the plethora and huge amount of different opportunities that are being presented. We're choosing only the things that are a hell yes. That's what I'm hearing. Is not so much a, well, that could benefit me, or I mean, I guess I'm not doing really anything else right now, so I guess. No, if the opportunity coming to you, or the idea, or the whatever it is coming to you is not a hell yeah, it's a no. So don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to set some boundaries. If this, someone asks you on a date and you're just kind of like, I mean, he's a nice guy or she's a nice, great girl, but like, I don't know, I'm not really feeling it. Don't force yourself into anything. If you're not feeling it, you don't have to go that direction. All right, so let's see what else. What else do we have going on? Yeah, you're moving into your new home between the two eclipses. Yeah, that's quite the transformation you're making. Ooh, and then we have Scorpio, the mystic, which Scorpio isn't really wrapped up in this eclipse per se. But for Western astrology, Mars actually rules the sign of Scorpio, and Mars itself is wrapped up in this eclipse with the South Node, which Mars and the South Node, when they come together, which happens every 2 years, it's not like some big rare event, but about once in a while, when those two planets, or shadow planet in K2's case, South Node's case, come together, there can be major declarations of war or terrorist events, stuff like this. So again, it doesn't have to happen the exact date of these eclipses or what have you, but over these next 6 months, there's potential for a lot of violence when you get Mars involved in these eclipse points. It can be massive violence. But of course, if you yourself are someone who's like, I'm not about that war lifestyle or violence or drama and getting mixed up with people, you should be like on a more mundane personal level, be all right. But that doesn't mean that, out in the greater world, there aren't some major events that, might affect you as kind of a ripple of these things happening, like, stock market crashing or something, and inflation, like that will start to ripple out and affect a lot of people, if not most, if not all people, eventually. But it doesn't mean it's directly impacting your life, like moment to moment, completely turning it upside down. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just an example. But with this Scorpio energy, really with the mystic message here, this is about really digging deep. So, of course, too, wherever your sign of Scorpio is and your planet of Mars, which my planet of Mars is also in Virgo in my 12th house. So I have no choice but to be affected by this. Well, I do. I have a choice. I'm going to take my power back. That's what I'm going to do. But you're getting some intuitive insights into whatever house your Scorpio is, and of course, wherever your Mars is located. Well, actually, it's Vedic astrology that Mars rules Scorpio, and Pluto rules Scorpio for Vedic astrology. Or sorry, Western astrology. See, I'm trying to, cover all the bases, and then I confuse myself. So Mars rules Scorpio in Vedic astrology, and Pluto rules it in Western astrology. I said that right. Yes. Okay, good. So there. If you were confused, like, no, I thought Pluto ruled Scorpio. You were right. Yes, in Western astrology, that's what's going on. But the original, before Pluto was ever discovered, it defaulted to Mars rules Scorpio. All right. So what else do we need to know? Let's get a couple more cards, and then we're going to get into our donation. I think I saw 2 donations come through. Crazy Tempest had decided to donate, I do believe, and then also, it looks like Pika Lee beat Crazy Tempest to the punch by less than a minute. You both have donated at 11:11 my time anyway. So one of you, Pika Lee, had donated just under the wire right before Crazy Tempest got in her donation as well. All right. Oh yeah, the Mystic. That's right, Cheyenne. That's right. All right, what else do we need to know for these eclipse energies over these next 6 months? Ooh, strength. Yes. Really, this is us tuning into that really deep aspect of ourself that exists outside this control system, and the violence and the war and the just everything that is suppressing our own divinity, our own power over our own lives. and reaching down and just saying, nah, I'm good. I'm going to claim my power and shine my light and be a beautiful light in this world and just not let anything really hold me down. Um, that is what this is indicating, that, yeah, maybe there are things going on out there that feel scary and violent, and you're just like, la 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 la, can't hear you, can't see you, don't want to even go down yet another potential for big catastrophic things going on this planet. Because really, any given year, there's something going on somewhere that has got like a whole bunch of people up in arms. Like, that's just, there's nothing new under the sun, right? But this really is about us doing what we can about our own immediate environment. And if we are not all wrapped up in war in our own immediate environment or devastation in our own immediate environment, we can acknowledge that, okay, it's happening, but at the same time exist in these timelines where you're untouchable by that energy. You can acknowledge and have empathy for those going through it because they are in those areas or things are happening to them without it touching you, if that makes sense. All right, I still feel like we need one more. Anything else to wrap up our eclipse reading? Ooh, 10 of Cups. Okay, I'm loving this. So through all of this deep diving and deciding what opportunities are best for us and this healing journey, and maybe closing out those certain cycles in our lives for good, putting them to rest for good, death and rebirth of this Scorpio mystic card here. It will lead us to great emotional fulfillment. And not just within ourselves, but with the people we love, the places we enjoy going, just all the things that we love to experience in a day. We're going to get a lot of fulfillment, specifically emotional fulfillment, by coming into contact with these people or places or things. So that's very powerful. I'm really zooming in on that like flower she's got there. And initially I wanted to call it like a pink rose. But it almost to me looks more like a petunia or even like a pink morning glory rather than a blue one. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. And the closer I get, it's just going to get blurry. It's not really going to clarify that. But I don't know if anyone knows exactly what kind of flower that is. That might help. But initially I heard like pink rose. So whatever the pink rose, which I don't know off the top of my head, does that indicate like love and attraction? I don't even know. Whatever the energy of the pink rose is what you're feeling specifically with this emotional fulfillment here. Okay, so let's go ahead and put these back. So Pika Lee, you are going to be first to kick us off with our donations, and then Crazy Tempest is on deck. And even if the donations have stopped there, we're still doing our giveaway. Yes, yes. And our perpetual drawing. And everybody who's here during the time we do the giveaway, I will take a couple of these little cut up sticky notes that I threw the sticky part away. This is just the paper parts of it that I cut up to write your name on and put you in the drawing. You need not be present to win. Oh, I got the energy of Pink Rose in the notes from Raylene for a healing session. Oh, that's awesome. I haven't had a session with her in probably a month and a half, 2 months. So I don't know, maybe I need to get back on that train. That's awesome though. Well, I think that just might be a great message to you, especially with the healing message that came through in that collective, Amber, but specifically for you, that this healing really is like breakthrough type of healing for you. It's not just this perpetual wheel of healing. You almost are feeling like you are gaining some momentum in your healing. So that's amazing. 2 major ones this week. Well, that's great. Yeah. And, it can take a bit to process those for some people. And even for others, the same session could be like, oh, it was a breeze. I didn't even feel anything. But again, healing happens in layers. And when we're ready to offload or release those things, we can feel it, even if we had the session 3 months ago or what have you. If we're finally ready 3 months after the fact to release or let go of things, we can feel it at that point rather than at the time of the session. But if you're feeling things already at the time of the session, that's probably a pretty good indicator that you're ready and you're just letting it go, which is awesome. Oh, the core wounds and the hormonal balance. Yeah, those are pretty heavy duty ones for sure, but both very, very needed, I think, for so many people. Taurus bought me flowers and lunch for my birthday. He bought me some beautiful roses and it was so sweet of him. I found out yesterday that his mom might be battling cancer. Aw. And he might not be able to go back home to be with her. How may I be of support to him? Are there any messages of guidance or any messages I should be aware of? Yes, let's tune in. How Pika Lee can be there for her man, Taurus, as his mom is possibly going through this Cancer battle. Well, it's very interesting because I do see him being able to go, and I don't know how far away he lives. This is normally an indication of short distance travel, but I also call this the internet card, so he just might be, or, electronic communication, for lack of a better word. So texts, phone calls, FaceTime, Zoom, however he can communicate with her, if he is at a great distance from her. But also with the High Priestess coming out to support this Six of Swords healing / travel energy, this really is indicating he can even meet up with her in the dream state, or he can almost telepathically send her I love you messages. And depending how into this type of stuff he is, I mean, you don't have to literally tell him anything about this at all, but it's like he's almost just doing this on a more spirit level anyway, being able to communicate or feel he can be there to support her. And of course, almost feeling too you can almost intuitively be there to support him through whatever he's going through. That being said, there might be, if this is Cancer, it just might be a very hard to diagnose, or maybe she's gone down a long road of, okay, well, you don't have this, you don't have that, you don't have this, you don't have that, to get to said possible Cancer diagnosis. It to me does feel like it's, and I know this could sound like maybe false hope or something, but it doesn't feel as bad as it sounds. So even if this is some sort of terminal cancer or something, it's the right time, if that makes sense for her. This was a chosen exit point, and she's going to be able to wrap up and tie up her loose ends before she goes. So she will have time if it is a terminal cancer thing. The other way we can read that message is that, maybe she still has years and years and years left, and this Cancer is just a blip on the radar, and she could keep on trucking. You know what I mean? But whatever this means specifically for her and her journey, she is in the driver's seat here, depending whether she wants to stay or she's feeling like it's her time to move on. Again, it's probably not on a conscious level, but on a spirit level. Oh, he is very spiritual. That's good. Yeah, he told me they got many opinions from doctors, and everyone says something different, right? So it could just be, and of course, let me pull a clarifier, is because I keep hearing this is not as bad as they think. It's not as bad as they think, which, heck yeah, that's the best news you could get with a possible cancer diagnosis. Wow. How do I even say this? It feels like she's been betrayed or lied to by someone she trusted, which, in this case could be the doctors, or she was almost sold a diagnosis that she intuitively doesn't feel is right and can almost talk her body out of it. There's so many ways we could go with this. Again, money could have been a motivating factor, because a lot of times the Emperor is about conquering and having a lot of wealth and being successful at every cost, or at any cost. I totally get what you mean. I believe they are taking maybe preventative measures, but it's not something super serious. Right. And that could even be trying to sell someone a very lucrative, through, say, insurance, treatment that they may not need. And I'm not saying that she's got corrupt doctors or anything, but it could just be the way that they're interpreting the medical information that they have that is leading them to kind of steer her down this road or that road. And it's about her trusting her intuition. But let's just see as far as how Pika Lee specifically can be there to support during this time. And again, I'm hearing it's not as bad as it seems. It's not as bad as it seems. Yeah, ooh, I feel the same. Their family has money, so I think some doctors may be taking advantage. Yeah, and I mean, you don't want to think that. You don't, that's the last thing you want to think is, well, they know my status, so they're going to tell me I got this when really I don't have anything, or it's not as serious as whatever. That's the last thing you want to think from your doctors. But she does have a bit of work ahead of her. So whether this looks like her seeking out a 4th, 5th, 10th opinion, or her just really buckling down on her, taking her health into her own hands and her own healing journey into her own hands, and just being very hands-on with her diet, with her, just day-to-day lifestyle, cutting out the things that she knows aren't good for her, but also as the message for how you can support, just being there, just letting Taurus know, hey, I'm here. You can call me at 3 in the morning if you're feeling stressed out, or, just saying, hey, I'm here, and also proving it by just being there, even if you're not doing anything exciting. Maybe you're just sitting on the couch watching TV together. But just you being there will be enough. You don't have to go above and beyond or do anything too special to let him see or acknowledge or feel that support from you. Anything else for Pikali? Two more. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow. And this came out in our collective reading. So again, it doesn't all roads don't just lead to death here. There are so many timelines that Taurus's mom could tune into to decide her own fate, to decide her own destiny. If she's like, I'm not going anywhere, she's probably not going anywhere. But if she is tired and ready to go, she will make those choices. So really, she can take any kind of directed, oh, this, I think it's Cancer, or I think it's this. She can either take that to heart and believe it full force, or she can say, nah, I'm not here for this. I'm going to do this instead. And boy, you best believe it, she's going to get her way, whatever this looks like for her. And I think it's just too soon to tell exactly what the underlying energy is here, because there are just so many different timelines she could shift to. And even in the course of a day, it's like she can shift to a timeline where, yeah, it is Cancer. And then later that day, she can shift to a timeline where it was more like a false diagnosis. Again, I don't think every single doctor she's been in communication with is trying to deceive her or pull one over on her. No. But there might be one out there that has kind of tried to steer her in that direction. Especially if this doctor is, say, highly controllable. We'll just put that out there, like an NPC or a AI bot, as my kids call people who don't really have a spirit. They're just here, and they're kind of like that hive mind, almost like a sleeper cell that can be activated by the algorithms at any time, to kind of almost steer people into believing something. Because if you believe something, do you know how much evidence you can find to support what you feel or see? And if someone's like, oh yeah, you got Cancer, well, your body's going to start acting like you have Cancer if you wholeheartedly believe you have Cancer. But again, the same can be completely opposite true as well, where someone's like, you have Cancer. You're like, no, I'm going to laugh my way out of this, and I'm going to take care of myself. And like, miracles can happen because we are the ones really in control of our own healing and our own destiny. As much as I think these controllers on this planet would like to believe they are the ones in control, no siree, Bob. Yeah, he texted me what was going on, and I immediately called to check on him. Oh, see, yeah, you're already doing the thing, Pikali. That's exactly what, like everybody has a contradictory opinion of what's going on. So true, self-fulfilling prophecy. Yeah. And if she's feeling sick and just desperate for answers, of course, it makes sense she's out seeking these answers. But at the same time, if she gets an answer she doesn't want to hear, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that she doesn't just settle as that's her ultimate truth if it's not. But again, I keep hearing it's not as bad as it seems. So keep us in the loop. If you hear any good news, bad news, anything that you want to share about this, I'm just hoping against hope that everything goes really well for her and she can live a long and healthy life from here on out. That would be awesome. And of course, you're going to be there to support him no matter what happens. So yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad that we tuned into this, because it doesn't feel as dire as what it sounds like. Oh my gosh, possible Cancer. That could be good. Maybe if it's like a really like low vibe Cancer that's like, oh yeah, we're not going to hurt you too much. Or those really aggressive, nasty Cancers out there. But yeah, we're rooting for her to be able to kick whatever this is to the curb and just be healthy and happy again. All right, so Crazy Tempest is up next, and I do believe that is our last donation thus far. So we still do have our giveaway coming up at some point during the live stream, and our drawing. Put your name into the perpetual drawing, and even if you put your name in today and your name is not drawn, there's still the potential right here, that your name could get drawn 6 live streams from now, 3 live streams from now. And you don't have to come to every live stream to be present to win. I will, if you're not here, write your username down and a timestamp, and I will leave it in the comment of the live stream. Whoever won will be there. So you can check back these live streams and just open it up and see if there's a comment with your timestamp, and that would let you know you won. And if you don't see your name, then you probably don't win yet, but hey, your name is still in the hat. So hello, Farida. Hello, Kalaki. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we are still doing our giveaway, but if you would like me to pull you a card, you can always send a donation. We already did our free collective reading at the beginning. We do have another giveaway and also a 1-card pull by winner of the drawing. So there's 2 more chances to win some sort of reading today, but 3 chances too if you just decide to guarantee yourself a reading by sending a donation. And of course, all your donations do go to help my mom, whose house burned down in July of 2019. She's no longer in her camper. I almost trip up and say, oh, she's still living in a camper, but no, she is not. She is in a double wide trailer now. So it's step up, but it's definitely not a forever happy solution because it needs a new roof. It needs all sorts of work. It's an old double wide, and it was sitting vacant for like 2.5 years after my grandma died. So definitely needs some help and TLC. And usually these things cost money. So here I am. All right. So it looks like we had another donation come in. So Crazy Tempest is next. Times 2. So Crazy Tempest. Let's see. So Crazy Tempest wants a general for November and then also donate for another full read, which we will read that question out at the time of that reading. So let's start with a general for November for Crazy Tempest. Oh, thank you. I have a feeling it's not as dire as I wanted. Oh, but wanted to know what I could do to support him. Yeah. See, you're already trusting your intuition, and don't discount your intuition. It's very strong, very powerful, Peekly. All right. General for November for Crazy Tempest. Ooh, we have the King of Pentacles. So if there's not extra money coming in, you're able somehow to save the money that you already have or make the best use of the materials, the resources, of course, the money that you already have. Or maybe you're getting also a really good deal on something. But this card, when it comes out, a lot of times if we're asking, say, specifically about a career or, a move at work, there could be possible raise or promotion or even acknowledgement that you're doing a really great job. Even if the money can't quite support that yet, like by way of a raise or promotion, eventually you are building yourself up to something like that. But at the very least, people at work are paying attention. More toward your personal life, though, with this card, this is just about you being able to manifest or kind of like Midas touch the things that you want as far as manifestations go, or even just being able to keep your space clean and organized and in the flow, the way that you have your, closet set up, it really works for you. Or if it doesn't, this would be November, a great time to, make all the little systems in your life really work for you. If they're not working or they're breaking down or they're falling apart, one of the best places to start system organization would be in your bedroom. Surrounding your bed where you spend at least 8 hours, hopefully. Most people probably don't get full 8 hours, but making sure that everything's in order with your sleep situation. And then secondary to that, when you wake up, a lot of people will go get dressed wherever your closet is to get that system organized, and then kind of just go through your day in your head and see how you can lay out your place or your space to really efficiently work for you, so you're not constantly looking for things or shuffling clutter from one end of a counter to another, or just being able to know what inventory you have on hand. Even if you're trying to figure out what to make for dinner and you've got all these random grocery items, just trying to get a cohesive list of, okay, tonight I can make this, tomorrow I can make this, to really streamline so you're not wasting money by, should have eaten that, chicken before it went bad and now it went bad, so I got to throw that out and now there's a waste of money. So it's just about streamlining your day-to-day life and kind of routine and agenda, not just at home, but also at work. If, you've got a lot of emails in your inbox at work or something, just really cleaning house or decluttering and kind of reorganizing, restructuring your emails and, getting back to people. I also see you being able to, if you do have a like long to-do list of like just little things like I gotta, make that dentist appointment and I gotta do this and I gotta sign that paper and I gotta, it's all these little things that really in and of themselves don't take a lot of time, but they just kind of start to add up. Taking care of these little things in November can really make you feel almost like a kickstart for this like new year energy. You get a lot of these types of things taken care of, Crazy Tempest. All right, what else do we need to know for Crazy Tempest in November? And yes, I know November is not the last month of the year, but it's almost like for a lot of people, maybe not everybody, but for a lot of people, it's like December's almost a wash as far as getting anything accomplished because there's all these holidays and, people are taking time off and going traveling and vacations. And it just feels a lot of times like that month just is a wash or it just gets away from you because it's just busy, busy, busy or travel or hanging with people, wow. You're just definitely feeling way more in control, right? Way more in charge of your just day-to-day life. This is the Emperor. So again, when this combination comes out, there's either you're really in high favor with your boss at work or you yourself are becoming a boss at work. Again, promotion vibes. If promotion is just not on your radar at all, this could just be that whatever it is you are setting your focus or your mind to, you're finding major success here and you're feeling very like in the driver's seat with your life rather than feeling like everybody's telling me what to do. I'm busy all the time. I don't have time for myself. No, you're making it so that you can set your life up so you do have time for yourself. So other people aren't always, breaking down your door to get you to do all these things. You're setting really good, clear boundaries as well. Very Taurus and very Aries energy here, which, Aries is first and then Taurus is second in the zodiac. So it's almost like there's a forward progression here. And one thing about Aries, as a Vedic Aries sun, I love starting new projects and brainstorming, new ideas. But it's, and even starting the thing is fun for me, but it's the follow through and the finishing of said thing that gets difficult for me. But you have at least to get you to Taurus where you're grounding these ideas or these plans into reality. So you're not maybe fully realized in the month of November, but at the very least you are getting some good seeds planted with the life you want to be living, even if it's as simple as, reorganizing a closet or, making your kitchen more functional so that you're not looking for that whisk or that spatula or whatever it is. And you're just feeling more like things are flowing better, both at work and in your personal life as well. So let's see anything else that needs to come through. Crazy Tempest for the month of November. Ooh, we have here gentleness and intention. But with the gentleness card, it says, be kind to yourself and others. Honor your gentleness and speak words of love. So there might even be this, I'm getting a very self-care vibe from this card. So taking time to be gentle with yourself, be gentle with others. And if you are feeling a bit haggard, a bit wrung out, just a bit stressed, taking some time out to just unwind, do something that kind of calms your central nervous system down could really benefit you the month of November. And then also with intention, it says, be clear and decisive. Focus on what you really want. There's that, King of Pentacles, putting that laser focus on something and actually seeing that tangible result of it. And then be bold with your requests to the universe. Yeah. So not just going about life or kind of being in reaction mode, but actually being on the offensive of your life by seeing maybe down the road, I could run into some trouble with this. So I'm going to reorganize this thing so that I don't run into that trouble. It's almost like you can see any potential for disaster like way ahead of the game so that you can actually avoid said disaster, which who wouldn't want that energy for November? Let's be honest. That would be awesome. But yes, setting your very clear intentions for this month of November is going to really benefit you. And I would say, don't wait till November. You can really get started on this energy now. Because they're really, the second we turn that calendar page, there's really just no hard stop to those energies. They really do kind of overflow or kind of overlap is really the word I'm looking for, or just kind of ebb and flow into each other rather than just hard stop. Okay, now it's this energy. All right, so I hope that resonated, Crazy Tempest. Thanks again for your donation. And drop those off the top of that one so we can fix that. So your next question, Crazy Tempest, is how will November go for Brooke and me? Let's tune in November Crazy Tempest and Brooke. All right. All right, cards. These are a little longer than normal, so they are a bit to shuffle here, and I just scattered all of my little pieces of paper. They went flying over my keyboard and over into the point of no return over there by my light. Okay, but let's see for Crazy Tempest and Brooke in the month of November, how will things go? We have the Hermit, so you might be doing some one-on-one time, or if you guys have any kind of spiritual like interests that overlap, focusing on spiritual interests. It could be, I don't know why I'm getting like a crystals vibe with this. Maybe you're visiting some sort of crystal shop or had planned, if you don't have that plan, to go to somewhere like that. I don't know if she's into tarot cards or crystals or anything, but at the same time, it's very interesting because Hermit is such a like solitary energy, but because we're asking about your connection with her, it's like you're very one-on-one. But at the same time, there might be a possibility or potential to go to some sort of group activity, like a party or a gathering, a get-together, something like that. But it's almost like even if you guys are in the aura energy of other people, it's like you still have your own little tight-knit group of people within the greater, area of, the party place or the restaurant or wherever it is you're going, to where it feels very, I guess the word is like cozy, intimate, not like in a romantic way, but like intimate, like one-on-one communication, or maybe just a small group of people, no more than you, her, and someone else. But I would say more specifically, just you and her. She might even be introducing you to some of her friends or talking a lot about her other friends or friends she had in the past. Could have even been a friend that ghosted her that she's talking about, but this could have been a while back. It doesn't have to be anything recent. Could just be stories about that. I've been sick, so I was short with her. Aw. Yeah. Well, let's just see how she took that energy. Yeah, she might have taken it like, oh, okay. So if I were you, I guess the best thing to do would just be to reach out and say, hey, I haven't been feeling the best. And, when you were asking me about that thing or, that was going on, I'm sorry I kind of snapped at you or was short with you or, whatever it was, or I couldn't hang out. I do apologize for that. But at the same time, I do see her being understanding. It's not like she's going to use it against you and never want to talk to you again. But yeah, these things happen. People have things going on and feelings can get hurt and, what have you. But especially when you can communicate that you do apologize for something that you said or did. And you might even feel, or she might even feel like it wasn't really that big of a deal. She kind of took it as, like, I think she already knew you were sick. So she kind of did maybe take it as, oh, okay. But at the same time, I think she did understand maybe you weren't feeling the best, or if it wasn't on a conscious level, like kind of more intuitively, she's like, I don't know, she kind of feels a bit off, but that's okay. Yeah, you'll be able to rebalance this with the justice here. You'll be able to rebalance your connection and not feel like, oh, I should have not have been short with her and now she's gonna hate me forever. No. I do see you being good again. In fact, this could be kind of a talking point in moving forward in your connection that, yeah, when I don't feel good, I kind of get a bit short or, whatever. And then she can start to understand where you're coming from and, how things are in the dynamic with you specifically, rather than, a different connection, you and, or her and someone else. But let's just see any words of advice or wisdom for Crazy Tempest in the month of November with Brooke and her connection. All right, we have 2 here. So 7th house of love and partnership. Again, this doesn't have to be romantic, but this is just really 7th house is anybody who's not us. And in the fact that we're asking about a friendship, this is that kind of partnership or relationship. The friendship itself is really what you're wanting to focus on, or at least, I guess, put more effort into, because, the 5 of Wands also can be a card of brainstorming and effort, or just trying to figure something out. If it is trying to figure out, where to go, or, oh, well, for work, I was invited to this thing. Do you want to come with me for fun? Just trying to kind of plan and figure things out is another thing that the 5 of Wands encourages. The start of a foundation. Oh, to me, that's the start of a foundation before anything. Right, right. And then we have Taurus, the sensual. Again, doesn't have to go romantic because we did tune into that Taurus energy here of grounding those ideas into the material world. Taurus is a very, it's an earth sign. It's a very materialistic sign. It doesn't have to be materialistic to the point of like egoism or anything like that, but this lets you know there's something to gain materially by being connected to Brooke and her to you as well. Might even be some of this brainstorming energy here is you guys talking about maybe you both at some point in your lives want to open a business and it's like a similar business that you're like, even if this doesn't happen anytime soon, it's just kind of almost like the seed has been planted for you to possibly go into business at some point. If that's something either or both of you have ever wanted to do, because with the seventh house, that is the business portion of things. And then the sensual Taurus, that is solidifying that into the material world. And Taurus is a very abundant sign. Oh, she runs a tarot business. Okay. So, maybe you could help her, if she's doing like a fair or some sort of event or something, you could help her, set up her tent or her display or, advertise. I don't know. There could be something element of tarot in the business, or it could be a completely different business that it does feel, again, though, going back to that hermit energy, like it's got a very spiritual vibe to it. And, Three of Cups also is like soulmate energy. So there could be like spiritual soulmate kind of vibe to whatever kind of business eventually that you two could possibly, potentially go into. But at the very least, if you don't decide to go into business together, it doesn't mean you have to, by the way. But at the very least, this kind of gets you both talking about like your biggest dreams, your biggest desires in, if you were to start a business or she was to expand the business she has, what would be like her ultimate dream with this business. And it's fun sometimes, to sit down with a friend and just allow your imagination to run away with you and just go as big as you can and just have fun kind of playing pretend, because sometimes that pretend muscle that we flex, our imagination, is what helps us manifest our current reality. So yeah, I would say spend some time or set aside some time. If you can't get together, I think you did say she does now live in your area, so that's good. But if one or the other of you is traveling or something, or you're busy or you're sick or what have you, you can always set up like a FaceTime or a Zoom to hang out and gather and get together in that way. It doesn't always have to be face to face if that's not feasible. But if it is feasible, going out to dinner together or, for drinks or whatever, your vibe is, could just really allow you some time to get to know each other even better and, have some fun. Oh, she actually was 3 hours away. I was wrong with 5 hours. Oh, okay. No, I think you had mentioned something about, it might have been someone else who had their friend move closer. I can't remember. Sometimes the information that comes through, it all gets muddled together. But yeah, if you are at a distance from her then, and you can't drive to her or she can't drive to you, then, maybe setting up a Zoom or even just a phone call sometimes just to hang out and talk and chat and have some fun is very therapeutic for both friends. Even if, because I'm like not a huge phone person. You might be shocked. Yeah, maybe. I'm not a big phone person. Like it's rare that I pick up a phone and call anybody for anything. I'm bad about it. But when I get to chatting on a phone with my mom or my cousin or my sister or a friend, like I don't want to hang up. It's just something that it's like the initiating of that phone call, or if someone is calling me, even if I do love them and want to hear from them, a lot of times my initial reaction to seeing someone calling is, oh my God, don't they know I'm in the middle of this right now? Or, oh my gosh, I don't know, like almost like panic. I don't know if that's just me, but I'm really picking that up almost as your energy as well. That, yeah, in theory, it sounds fun to chat on the phone for hours, but at the same time, like that's not my vibe. But you might surprise yourself by picking up the phone, or if she does call you or come to visit you or what have you, to have that longer connection than just a passing, hey, how's it going, but to have like a more long-term I guess conversation that just one topic morphs into another topic, and before you know it, 3 hours have passed and you're just like, oh my gosh, where'd the time go? I better go. Something like that. But Yeah, November looks like a great month for your hanging out together for sure. All right, so I think that was, let me double check here. I think that was our last donation for the day. So let's get into our giveaway. And of course, you can still donate if you're coming in late or you decided, hey, I have a question I want to ask. Feel free to send a donation. And for now, though, we have 7 people, it says, that are currently here. So let's see what we're doing here. So if you're new here or it's been a while and you want to know how do I win this giveaway you keep talking about, all you got to do, there's really no rules, but here's, I guess, the directions. Start guessing tarot cards right now. You can start guessing tarot cards or using your intuition to tune in. What tarot card am I going to be pulling from this deck? Actually, not this deck. I want to go to this deck right here. So start using your intuitive feelers. Get them out there. Try to figure out what card we're going to pull here. And yeah, it could be a major arcana. It could be a court card. It could be a pentacle or a cup or a sword or a wand. And if we're going and going and going and no one's guessing it, I will start to narrow it down pretty quickly, by the way. Ooh, hopefully I didn't accidentally flash that to you guys. Let's see if anyone already guessed it, and then I'll start scrolling down from there. How's that sound? Okay, I don't see it yet. Make sure I'm actually going to read the right one here this time. My mistakes lead to me giving more away, though. That's always good. Okay. So I'm not seeing it yet. Okay, it's a pentacle card. A pentacle. And we're talking ace all the way through king. So court cards could be included or not. Who knows? So guess away or intuit away. All right. So let's see. We got lots of good guesses here. Not seeing it yet, though. And of course, the card that you're guessing is part of your reading, even if you didn't know it yet. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Not quite there. Not quite there. Okay, we'll narrow it down a little more. Not a court card. Oh, Vicky got it. 9 of Pentacles. Does she not have an onion head? Oh my goodness. Garlic, onion, something. That's so funny. She looks very, very luxurious in her getup there. Yay, Vicky! All right. Well, go ahead and post your question while I take a quick drink of water. We're going to get right into it for Vicky. Congrats, Vicky. And while we wait for Vicky's question to be put out there, who wants to be in the giveaway? Put a 999 in the chat and I will write your name down. And we will put it in our perpetual giveaway cup, and then we'll draw it. And of course, we'll give you your 1-card pull right after Vicky's reading. All right. Yay, Vicky! Happy Friday evening to you, winning the giveaway. Nice. Pika Lee, let's get your name in here. Of course, I have to hold these down as I try to write, so my writing is not the best, mind you, but it works. It still will let me know who won, so that's all we need anyway. Oh, she's grabbing her question from her notes. I love it. So Marlene wants in on this giveaway action, or drawing action, I should say. Marlene. And anyone else? Anyone else that wants to be entered in our perpetual drawing? Ooh, that was maybe a little loud. If you had headphones, apologies. Let me know. Let me know. We'll get you in on this drawing here. Maybe cut some of these papers a little small, but we're going to work with it. Anyone else that wants to be entered into the drawing? Vicky included, Cheyenne included, even though you guys have won recently. Hey, don't let that stop you. Get in on this. All right. Anyone else that wants to be included? You didn't even have to be here a moment ago. Just put a 999 in the chat to be entered in our drawing. Yes, Cheyenne wants to be entered. Okay, put a 999 in the chat. I'm trying to write your name, Cheyenne. Okay. It came out very... It's still there, though. I can still read it, so we're good. Anyone else? Anyone else that's just lurking or hanging out in the background, listening in the background? Put a 999 in the chat. I'll enter you right now into this giveaway. And Vicky has her question ready to go. So Vicky, let's get Vicky in the giveaway. Sorry, the drawing. Drawing giveaway. Same diff. Not quite, but yeah. Vicky Downey. It's very interesting. I knew a set of twins. They were boy twins growing up. Their last name was Dowling. So not Downey, but Dowling. Yeah. I just thought of that. I don't know why I didn't think of that before seeing you two with a very similar but yet different last name than those two twins. All right. So, anyone else? Anyone else? I guess I'll still give you till we're done with Vicky's reading before we, or do we do it now? Let's do it now. I think I've given you guys time. Okay, I'm not looking, I swear. I just need one name, just one name. Okay, and it's right here. Who won? Who won? Ooh, the real Big John Trucking. And I don't think he's here today, but hey, he is here. Oh, Kalaki, you got in just under the wire. I did draw for today, but I'll still put your name in the cup because you did put your 99. So let's put it here. Let me write it as I see it here. K-A-L-A K-I-131. Okay. So you're going in for possibly the next live stream or any live stream here on out. And you don't need to be present to win. I will timestamp it if you're not here and you do win. You will still get your reading if you check the comments of a future live stream and you have won and you see your name, you got a free reading. Okay, so the real Big John Trucking, we will pull a card and leave a timestamp for him after Vicky's reading. So let's tune into Vicky's question. Vicky's wonderful energy here. Hi, Amanda. Hope you're well. I am. You're so sweet. Thank you. Myself and Cheyenne are friends with our brother's girlfriend. Gare, is that Gare? In the past week, she's been quite distant with us and not speaking to us as much. Can Spirit please shed light on the situation? All right, let's find out what's going on. For some context, she struggles financially. I recently lent her money, so not sure. Yeah, I was like, there's something here that feels like, and it didn't specifically just feel like your brother saying, hey, don't talk to them right now. Because, like, why? Why? There it is. I think that's it. She doesn't have the money to give back yet. Or if she does have it, she doesn't want to pay it back yet because she's got other things maybe she wants to use that money for. That's mostly what that feels like. So let's see. Here we go. Ooh, yeah, we have the star here. So she could also be busy, but again, it doesn't feel in character for her to just be, pulling away for no reason. Even if she was busy, I think she'd still text or answer her phone or whatever. Yeah, again, she doesn't want to give that money up yet. Not, again, that she's trying to keep it forever and pull one over on you, because she does want to pay it back. Because this is someone who's got more than enough and can give and give and give to others. And she, I think, sees this as your energy, Vicky, as, someone who's there to help. But in her current energy, she's more in this Eight of Swords, feeling a bit stuck, a bit financially, tied to this bill or that bill, or, maybe spending a bit beyond her means. Maybe she recently bought, feels to me like an accessory or some sort of clothing item, possibly like a coat, even boots, something like this, that wasn't technically necessary, but she really, really wanted it. So she got it. And now, certain other bills are maybe a little tight because she spent extra money that she probably shouldn't have. Like, that's what this feels like. Kind of also with the star here mixed with the Eight of Swords is about living a bit beyond your means. Like, you're spending more money than you're bringing in, or you're just not being too responsible. Like, you have your power bill due, but yet you're out buying a new purse or something like this. Definitely impulse buyer. It has a dentist bill coming up. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Thankfully, we get on well with this brother. Oh, that's good. He moved out 2 years ago. I think money bothers her in general, but she gave money back. Yeah, and I do see her paying you back. I do. It's just, it might be more into November, kind of even going into December. Yeah, wow. She doesn't want to burn any bridges because I think she really likes this brother and kind of sees herself as like future sister-in-laws of you and Vicky. Sorry, you and Cheyenne. So I don't see that she's going to try to purposely stretch this, into the middle of next year or anything to try to, keep that money for as long as possible. No, I think she's already like, oh, I should have just paid her back. What am I doing with my life? Like, she's feeling very just like almost like kicking herself, mad at herself that she made another dumb financial decision. But yeah, I definitely do see at the very least, their union will be a long union, which it seems like it already has 15 and they're 28 together, 15 years. Yeah, wow, that's a very long time. But I do see there probably will be some sort of wedding or, celebration of their union at some point, possible children if that's what they want to do. So I don't see again that she's trying to be nefarious or pull one over, but again, I think impulse control is very difficult for her, and she saw something she wanted and she just went for it and then was like, oh, I should have paid her back. Yeah, but look, she will definitely be paying you back because this is balancing of the scales. What someone gave to you, you'll then be able to give back to either that person or someone else in need, keeping things in balance, keeping things in check. And this might even be a bit of a, I don't know what we want to call a life lesson or just a learning for her that next time she will have better impulse control because she doesn't want to burn bridges. She doesn't want to hurt anybody's feelings or make them feel like she's using them, because it appears on paper, or on the surface here, like she's using you because, she probably said, oh, I'll pay you back by now. And that date has come and gone. And now she's kind of just not answering the phone again. Probably a kind of shady way to just kind of hide from her own problems. But at the same time, she's going to make right what she's made wrong, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I would say definitely by mid to the end of November, maybe even going into early December, she'll get her financial house in order a bit and actually be able to pay you back. Yeah, I definitely see that. And, with the holidays coming up, that can be a really trying time for a lot of people who are already financially strapped. And then they have this feeling of obligation to buy gifts for family and friends. And, it can be a stressful time of year. So hopefully she can get all this ironed out and figured out before that time of year kicks off. But I definitely see her, it could even be later this week. I mean, well, this week's almost over, but you know what I mean? It could be very soon that she's going to be able to pay you off or by her next paycheck. But she's definitely bumped you to the top of the list. Like, I got to get this paid off. I don't want to be that guy. Even though I've been that guy, I don't want to be that guy anymore. That's what I see with her. So yeah, I would say don't worry. And yeah, if you feel the need to put a bit of pressure under her and, she's not answering the phone, just leave her a voicemail and say, hey, how's it going? Shannon, I miss you. What's up? Feel free. Just trust your intuition as far as reaching out or any kind of communication. But I definitely see that she has not forgotten that she owes you money. That's definitely at the top of her consciousness right now. So, yeah. All right. So, let's see. I'm going to timestamp 107:24. 107:24. The real Big John Trucking. You won our giveaway. Remember when you put your name in the hat here? Well, look at this. We have pulled your name today. If you want to go watch that, you can scroll to kind of before the most recent reading I just did. If you really want to see me pull your name out of the hat, you don't have to, but you can just get right to your card. John, if you do have a question in mind, in the back of your mind, you can kind of just keep that in your pocket as we go about this reading. But if you're just going to leave it open to Spirit as a general, you can do that too. Of course, the card was pulled before you even were probably aware that this was taking place, but Spirit, there's no time. It's, whatever. So here we go. Oh yeah, for Rita, go ahead and put a 999 in the chat. That lets me know that you want to be entered into the drawing. We've already done our drawing today, but I will definitely write your name down and you will be put in our drawing. And these won't go away until either I decide to stop doing this or we're empty here in the jar. If we get a whole bunch of names, I'll have to upgrade the size of the jar or the vessel, and we'll just keep on going. That's why I call it the perpetual, the perpetual drawing. Let me go ahead and add you real quick while you're right here on my awareness. Sorry, Big John. I'm take a quick moment to write this name down for Rita. And the last name, Ali. Okay, there we have it for Rita Ali. Boom, right into our drawing. And also one more name, Dora Fio. I hope I'm saying that right. Dora. Try to hold these down with my thumbnail as I write. They kind of slip out from under me here. Okay, there we go. Now, the real Big John Trucking. Let's get you a one-card pull. Just whatever you need to know or whatever question you've got in the back of your mind. Spirit already knows, so I don't need to. Here we go. Ooh. One card pull equals 2. So you get 2 cards. So Big John, we have here patience and balance. And also there is an element of patience to the temperance. So there might be something you're just like, can't this move forward? Why can't things be different? I'm seeing in my own like mind's eye about my own situation. My husband and kids and I were ready to move on out of this place back in 2020 or like end of 99, 2019. And we were really actively looking for property. And then COVID hit, and then the prices around here hijacked and skyrocketed, and then the interest rates hijacked and skyrocketed. So we're kind of feeling a bit stuck now. But you might be in a similar situation. It doesn't have to be your living situation, but it could be something else. You're feeling a bit stuck. But really, what I'm seeing is this is by divine design. So if you're feeling stuck and it feels somehow out of your control, it's actually not. Your own spirit has kind of put the brakes on something. That could be literal, like driving. If you're no longer truck driving, spirit put the brakes on that. And maybe that's like a literal interpretation. I'm not sure exactly what you're doing for work currently. Or if you are still driving, this again could be more metaphorically speaking. Lots of ways we can interpret a lot of the messages that come through. But with this temperance, it's letting you know that you have the ability and just that grit, deep down to be able to wait something out, or to have that patience for the timing, the divine timing of everything to be right for you. So, yay, Real Big John Trucking. Congrats again on your drawing win. Anyone else wanting a reading today can always send a donation. Otherwise, we are closing up shop for the weekend. Yes, have a beautiful, happy, fun weekend, everybody. Dropped a card. Since we're all here still, well, a couple of us, let's pull a card for everybody who's still here that wants to be involved in this collective little message. It's just gonna be a quick little message. Ooh, Wheel of Fortune. So there might be it might be payday for someone out there, but also there could be just a bump up in increase in income, or I'm seeing like a coat hanging in a closet and someone putting it on for the season, and you put your hand in the pocket, there's a $20 bill that you had no idea was in there. It's like found income, or, kind of like a pleasant surprise of income. If you are someone out there gambling or buying any kind of lottery tickets, which I'm not condoning, by the way, but, if you're doing that, you might get a bit, not like a big jackpot win or anything, but like, you might at least get your return on investment with something like that, if not a little bit more. All right, so that's our last message for the day. I think. Let me just double, triple check. We didn't have any other donations coming in. No, we are caught up and up to date. Well, I'm going to go let my doggos out and have a bit of lunch and just maybe read a book and unwind before I have to go pick the kids up from school. So I hope you all have a wonderful, fantabulous, miraculous, beautiful weekend. Don't forget, tomorrow is that solar eclipse. If you're listening right now and you missed our collective reading about this said solar eclipse and kind of the next 6-month cycle it's kicking off, you can scroll all the way to the beginning of this live stream to check out that collective reading. And yeah, I think that's it. So I'm going to be signing off here. Thanks again so much, you guys, for all those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see each and every one of you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot Live. All right, you guys, bye.